Okay, now let us understand what is the variance analysis. First, you have to know what is variance analysis. Variance analysis means if standard cost is not equal to the actual cost, that means actually spended amount if vary from the standard level, then we are analyze why it will be occurred through the different methods. That is known as variance analysis. Variance analysis is categorized into four parts. One is material variance, another is labor variance, another is overhead variance, and the last one is sales variance. What is material variance? First we have to study about material variance. What is the meaning of material variance? You look at the previous video. Here material cost is fixed by the management. 60,000 you have to spend for produce 1,000 unit of output, but actually the company spend of material 65,000. That means it will be vary from up to 5,000 more. So why this 5,000 will spend by the organization, was spent by the organization on which circumstances, whether that is justified or not. If it is spended more, then what will be happen to the financial condition of the organization, that we can understand, and that we can verify or analyze by applying different formula of the material variance. In material variance there is a 6 formula. One is material cost variance, another is material price variance, and material uses variance. Uses variance are also known as volume variance. Then the material mix variance, then the material sub uses variance, then the last one is material yield variance. So let us understand what is material cost variance. Material cost variance formula is standard quantity into standard rate, you get the standard cost. Then actual quantity into actual rate, you get the what? Actual cost. So material cost variance is determined by applying this formula: standard quantity into standard rate minus actual quantity into actual rate. Then material price variance can be determined by applying this formula: actual quantity whole into standard price minus actual price. Then material uses variance: standard price whole into standard quantity minus actual quantity, standard price whole into standard quantity minus actual quantity. Then you have to verify whether this answer is right or wrong by the applying this formula. Material cost variance can be equal, okay, not can be, it must be equal. Material cost variance is equal both sum of these two. One is material price variance and uses variance. The result of material price variance and material uses variance and the sum of these two must be equal to the material cost variance. If it is equal, then you should cleared, then that is the right, you have get the right answer. Okay. The next is material mix variance. What is the formula material mix variance? Standard price whole into standard quantity for actual output. This is one new thing, standard quantity for actual output. Here standard quantity is determined for standard output, but here standard quantity for actual output you have to determine, then that amount, that figure you have to put here. Then standard price whole into standard quantity for actual output minus actual quantity. Then material sub uses variance: standard quantity minus revised standard quantity into standard price. Then you can get material sub uses variance. Then there is also another verification formula, that is known as material uses variance equal to material mix variance plus material sub uses variance. When you add these two, material mix variance and material sub uses variance, that must be equal to the material uses variance. Then the last formula is material yield variance. What is the formula of material yield variance? Standard cost of material per unit of standard output. Listen again, standard cost of material per unit of standard output, that will be multiplied with the actual yield minus standard yield for actual mix. You have to focus this word, actual mix and actual yield. These two things are different. Then the first one, how it will be determining? This will be determining by applying this formula, standard cost of material per unit of standard output. That will be determined by dividing these two things. One is standard cost of material divided by standard output. Okay. Then standard yield for actual mix of metal, yani ki this one formula is this. How it is calculated? Standard loss divided by standard mix into actual mix. By applying this formula, you can determine all the material variances problems. So thank you.